Welcome to Game Pass News with Sean Abbott, my co-host, and me, Mr. Nick Metzger. Let me tell you, we are recording Thursday, July 14th, and people, we are only 1 week out from the first Microsoft-developed game of the year. It only took us 7.5 months to get a game from Microsoft. God bless them. And if you're wondering what that game is, it's As Dusk Falls, which is coming very shortly here, July 19th, I believe. But before we get to all those top stories and all that fun stuff, Sean, how you been, man?
I'm okay. I've been busy. It's been a busy couple. Well, I say it's been a busy couple of days. I think the last time we spoke, the wife was going away on holiday with the youngest.
Yes.
You kind of instantly think, oh, that means things are going to be a bit easier. Blah, blah, blah. But no, it wasn't. I tried to cram as much time with the other two in as I possibly could, and try and keep on top of the house, which somehow I managed not to be able to do very well. So yeah, been playing catch up ever since then.
Did you get yelled at from the wife when you got home? Like, why the hell does the house look so awful?
No, it didn't.
Oh, okay. That's
she did well. But by the time they'd come in and we started unloading all the cases and stuff, it was like, it's crazy.
Yeah. I know.
How are you doing, man? How are you getting on? You've been pretty busy too.
Oh my gosh. Ever since this vacation came back, we're doing this auction for work to try to raise some funds. Ooh, let me tell you, it has been nuts, man. Crazy busy. I, as you'll find out, have not played much Xbox at all. Man, I have plans. I was like, I'm gonna take my backbone and start doing stuff on that. No, it's just life right now. It's just the season of life I'm in. I'm hoping that maybe in a week, things will start to chill out a little bit and I can start getting back to my beaten games and all that fun stuff, but not right now. But we do, Sean, we do need to talk about the fact that we're the biggest losers. As we've been talking about quite a bit, we need to keep up the chat. We only have like a week and with 2 weeks, we'll say 2 weeks. It's Thursday. We just started week 9, I think. So we got like 2 weeks left, basically. So
and this week, Game Pass News takes on the two hosts of Dads After Dark. So right. We do need to win both our brackets this week.
I can't promise anything, Sean. My body is kind of like you have lost enough. I'm at 14%, almost. I think 30 some pounds. I'm pushing pretty hard to lose anything at this point, and the body's kind of like, nah, you're done. You've lost enough. So so how's it going for you?
It's going okay. There's been a lot of chatter because the guys are using the competition apps and as well as Discord to talk about it. They have their own little section in Discord, and there's been a lot of chatter about people that are worried about them pushing themselves too hard and that it's affecting them mentally. Like Bruce was one of those, and it's kind of like I think we're getting to that point now where people are stopping seeing the drastic drops all the time, and the gradual drops are coming in now. But I'm enjoying it for the fitness side of stuff because I went running today. I aimed to do a 12 kilometer, but kind of started to run out of time to pick Logan up. So I only managed 10, but I managed to, since the beginning of June to now, I've shaved 6 minutes off my 10 kilometer time.
Awesome.
So I might not be losing as much weight, but my fitness is doing a lot better. So, and I feel good. I always, other than first thing on the morning when getting out of bed, I grown like an 80-year-old. I feel pretty good. So
yeah. I'm still doing pretty good. I don't know. My wife asked me, so, are you done after this? And I don't know, Sean. I mean, I was chatting with you about it before the podcast. Like, I have this really good habit going right now where it's like, I have marshmallows, a bag of marshmallows that have been in my house since like the first week of June. That's got to be a freaking record for me. I can take a bag of marshmallows and devour them in like an hour, and that's generous. Like this bag of marshmallows that sat in this house, like I have this like I don't know, like I have built a shield around me. I just took the kids to a 4-H fair, and they had burgers and corn dogs and ice cream, and I was just kind of like, it was second nature to be like, yeah, they're doing this and they're doing that. Plus, it saved me like $12 at least, probably more than that. Prices are ridiculous there. But anyways, I don't know that I want to like blow it away. Not because I like want to lose any more weight, like you're saying, but just because like if I start to like break that habit, like, am I gonna be back into like, oh, here's this bag of marshmallows, so I'll just like eat this, so it's gone, and there you go.
So we need everybody, like, if you listeners, to back Nick. Don't let him turn into Stay Puft. We don't need to call in the Ghostbusters to try and track him down.
Yeah, exactly. Anyways, they were talking about doing this again at the beginning of the year. My new goal is to be like, sorry guys, I'm still like 195, so I don't need to do it. Like that's my new goal, is to not need to be in the chubby bracket next year, because I ain't chubby no more. That's my plan. Yeah. We'll see if that works.
I'm still I want to get below 200. I've got a way to go yet. I think I've got another 13 pounds to get there, but I've lost. What did I work it out at the other day? I started at 231. I'm down to 230. So I've lost like 20 something pounds, which is a lot. It's a lot for a guy to lose. But yeah, I'm enjoying. I'm going to try and stick it. It's got to that point now, like you say, it's become a habit.
Yeah.
So going, like, dropping the kids on a day off, dropping the kids off at school, coming home, going for a run has now become part of my daily routine. Where usually I drop the kids off at school, come home, sit in the beanbag, and play a lot of Game Pass games. I now go for a run, then have a shower, then sit down and play a lot of Game Pass games. So
yeah, I love it. I haven't got to the load of Game Pass games part, but I've got to the rest. I will say the one thing I am doing to kind of like help the weight come off in this challenge is I'm doing a lot of doubles. So like I'm doing P90X3 and I'm running. I'll be glad to let that go. Like, I'll be glad to only do one workout a day and call that good. Like, the doubles really help me lose weight, but yeah, they are time consuming. Like, I'll spend that will make me spend like an hour and 15 to an hour and 30 minutes, like working out throughout the day instead of just like 45 minutes or something like that. So that one will go away right away for sure. But so so 50 pounds then, right? Between the two. We lost my daughter, if that's the case. We literally just like
has anybody seen April?
Ariel. Yeah, I get Ariel. You.
Sorry, we've just been watching Grey's Anatomy, so I've now got like April kept in my head.
So yeah, it's just, I don't know, it's just utterly nuts. And I say it every week, but I'm super, super happy that the Dad's After Dark crew put it on, and glad to be back to so many of the clothes in my wardrobe.
Yeah, the thing is, though, they've changed, like, there's 14 people doing this, and they've changed everybody.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I know Bob Cousy's doing really well with it. Mm-hmm. Like, Bruce is doing really, really well with it. He's currently, like, second place. So.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, hey, kudos to Bruce, because I'll be honest. He got to, like, 10.9, and I was like, son of a B. Is he going to try? I'm like, so, like, to be honest, if like nobody was near me, if he wasn't there and the nearest person was like 8%, I don't think my eating habits wouldn't have gotten bad, but I might have started to coast on the exercise, like drop that extra, like a little early or whatever. But no, man, no, I'm like, he's too close. He's like, I'm not, in the beginning, like, I'd say the beginning 5 or 6 weeks, it wasn't about the money. It was just like, can I get back to the weight that I want to be, But now I'm like, now we're here, and I've done it anyways, and the money's there. So, like, now I kind of want the money, Like, since we're here, you might as well give it.
It's been really interesting to hear everybody's ways of doing everything. So you've been doing, like, doubles and stuff like that, where I've just been doing solely cardio, not done anything else other than running. And then like, is it John that's kind of like just done nothing but change what he eats and drinks a little bit? He's done very little exercise.
That's Drew.
That's Drew.
Yeah, that's been saying he said he was going to start after week 5. So I don't know if I've heard him talk about it much after that. But yeah, Drew said he was just changing what he eats. And he was pretty successful just doing that. So
yeah, that kind of plays into the arms of 80% of weight loss is diet.
Yep.
20 to 30% is exercise. So
yeah, man. Well, yeah, because I can run for like an hour and lose like 450 calories or 500 calories or something like that's what I'm losing. I can blow that in a breakfast in like 2 seconds. Like, just give me the bacon and the gravy and the biscuits and all that, and it's gone. It's all gone. All my work is gone. So yeah, for sure. So that's that. We will hop into the top stories. We do got some stuff today, so let's jump right in. Sean, you dropped this in the notes, so I'm gonna let the doc. That's what I'm trying to think of. So I'm gonna let you take it. Start us off. What's this first one?
So I'm not 100% certain who Kind of Funny is. People have really weird names in the gaming industry, and I kind of.
They're a really big YouTube channel.
Okay, cool. So a really big YouTube channel has kind of teamed up with Xbox to do some kind of crazy launch event around As Dusk Falls. So they're going to do, and they're going to do this before, I believe, it comes out. So they're doing an in-person kind of like playthrough where they're going to be playing the game, and they're taking over a huge theater in Los Angeles, and they're going to be kind of playing the game with using the people that are there watching to make the decisions of how the game goes, kind of like making it one huge giant theater-sized couch co-op style game. And that's going to happen. That's happening tomorrow. So Friday, July 15th, 4 days ahead of the actual game coming out. And I believe that's like an invite / ticket only kind of thing.
I think it's great. I don't want to ruin the story for myself. Otherwise, I'd probably watch it. Like I don't. But I love that idea. So like John was talking about this too, where he was like, well, I don't see why you'd want to do this. This doesn't make any sense. Man, this is exactly why you do this. You can get your whole stream involved now. Like, this is maybe when they thought of this, they were thinking of streamers, or maybe they were thinking of my wife, who, like I said, this is the first Xbox game she has said she'll play with me. But she's going to play on her phone and make her decisions her own way. So I don't know, man. I'm down. I'm really excited. I'm down for this. It might take me a while to get through it because we'll be playing with other people, but I'm excited. Sorry, go on.
Yeah. And then on day of release, so on July 19th, when the game comes out, they're going to do, because they know not everybody can get to the theater and be in the theater in LA and stuff like that. So they're trying to expand that out to the rest of the fans and the people that are excited for the game. And they're going to do a live stream on launch day, playing the game from the beginning again. And they're going to allow the chat in the live stream to vote on the decisions. So again, expanding the game even further into the fact that you're going to get like the possibility of tens of thousands of people then all voting to make the decisions in the game and see where the game goes. I think it's good. I think it's a really good idea to play those kind of narrative style games that way, to help him be, because it's meant to be a massively interactive game that you can play among different groups of people. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. I'm going to try my best to catch the online one on the 19th.
Yeah. See, I don't think I am. I don't want anything spoiled for me on this. I want to play this game by myself. Well, not by myself, but I want to be the one playing for the first time, not in the group.
The only reason why I would be more in favor to watch it is that I don't like to play narrative style games where you kind of just doing a lot of dialogue reading or listening to people talk to them make decisions. I don't mind that in like FPS style games. So when I was playing Dying Light 2, there was a lot of that decision making kind of stuff done, but then you could go away from that and just run around and do a lot of gameplay and then carry on the main story. So yeah, I'm kind of interested to watch it rather than play it.
Is As Dusk Falls voiceover or is it tech? I think it's voiceover. But man,
I think there's a various of voice actors. I think is one of the things that they were boasting a little bit.
Okay, all right, yeah, because I'm more down with voiceover than I am. Yeah, text is annoying, and that actually screws a stream for sure. Like it just really it makes me so tired to be like, do I read this? Do I not read this? And if I'm reading it, I'm just like I'm tired by the time I'm done with the stream.
Yeah.
Ninja Lunchbox says kind of funny. Yeah, they're not that funny. They're a huge website. They got a website. They've got podcasts. They've got YouTubes. They're pretty popular. I think the guys that started them are from IGN, but I could be wrong about that. Yeah, that's exciting. As Dusk Falls is the first game that Microsoft will actually release. That's one of their studios. It's exclusive. It'll drop on Game Pass day one. I'm excited for it. I'm not excited for the fact that it took 7 months to get a Microsoft game, but whatever. We'll take what we can take. And so yeah, cool. Anything else on that?
No, other than I think you just covered it all. It's going to be on day one Game Pass. Make sure there'll be probably a pre-installation thing come out notification via.
I think it's out.
You've got the app on your phone.
I think it's out.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's out, and you can maybe it's just pre-orders, maybe not pre-install. I don't know. I could be wrong. No, because I saw somebody say that it was 50 gigs. I saw somebody on Twitter be like, "Oh my gosh, it's 50 gigs." I don't know, but I don't know why that was shocking because 50 gigs nowadays isn't really much.
No, for something that isn't very, that's quite big for that style of game.
I guess that's true because there's no real animation, right? It's like I don't know. I don't even know what kind of what you would call that, like watercolory photo. I don't know.
Yeah, but for that style, yeah, that's quite big. Like,
yeah, I see what you're saying now. I was just.
But I suppose if you have a lot of pictures and a lot of slides, depending on the different decisions that you make, if you can make that many different decisions, and then they've got all the text based, the voice, music. Yeah,
that makes
sounds like it's.
Yes, I can pre-install As Dusk Falls right now.
Okay. So if you're listening to this, if you want to play, go and pre-install it. It'll be there as soon as it's available.
Right, coming out next Tuesday, basically. Next Tuesday, July 19th. Yeah. So do we know? Is that going to be on the cloud? That'd be a good cloud
game. I'm sure it said it was cloud gaming.
I
have a look at our list.
I don't know if it is, and I'm trying to figure.
We've ticked all the boxes: cloud, PC, and console.
If we tick the boxes, then by golly, Sean, that's what's happening. That's what I say. All right. Yeah, I can't find anything that says exactly if it is. This is how you get it around here, people. We're just doing the research live. Because if it's cloud, I could just do it that way, and that would be great. But I'll try to figure that out while we're not doing it this way. All right. So next thing, Ubisoft Skull and Bones. Forward. You didn't watch it because you're lame and busy. More busy than lame, but whatever. I did.
Well, here's something for you then. Sell it to me because I enjoyed Sea of Thieves, and Skull and Bones to me looks, from all the images I've seen, it looks like a more gritty version of Sea of Thieves.
You sold it to yourself. No, so I have some questions. And to be honest, I watched it, but I was kind of trying to get some Far Cry into, so I may have missed pieces of it. So, it's definitely. It seems more like you're taking. I can't compare it to Sea of Thieves because I haven't played enough of Sea of Thieves, so I don't know. But you're taking this guy, it seems like, and you're trying to make him like a legend, like a legendary pirate on the seas. You have this like this infamous, I think they called it infamous scale or something like that. And so you take on different infamy scale. So you take on different tasks, finding different treasures. It brings up your infamy. It gives you an option to find to craft or buy, I don't know which, new ships. You have this like crew that you have to keep satiated, or else they'll. It almost seems more. It's not just this, but there's more of a like a logistics piece to it than it seems like Sea of Thieves has. Like it's like, well, do you have the food to keep your crew satiated? Because if you don't, before you leave, like you don't know, they might throw you overboard. There's definitely
So like Sea of Thieves, but with a survival aspect.
maybe, yeah. I mean, you wash up on this island, you have this small little boat, that's what you start with, and you have to build up your boat, and you can have multiple boats. It almost like as they were talking about it, it almost had, and there's crafting, you're finding resources, you're going to islands, doing that. You're taking on tasks from different countries and different companies. There's a lot of that stuff. I am very, very interested in this game. But I said this in Discord. I am also very, very interested in Hogwarts Legacy, and I cannot play both of these if they both do end up coming out in holiday. We know this one. I think this one is November 9th. Oh, no. 8th. Maybe 8th. I think God of War is the 9th, which is also a big bummer for them, I would imagine. And so we know Hogwarts Legacy is supposed to come out holiday 2022. But as I said in Discord, saying holiday 2022 and being in July just kind of seems like we're likely not to come out in holiday 2022, and we're probably going to put out a tweet anytime that says Hogwarts Legacy has been pushed to 2023 like every other game.
Yeah, so Hogwarts Legacy is just given a date of December 2022, where Skull and Bones is 8th of November, like you said.
Oh, really? They have
actually initially
Hogwarts Legacy has a date? I could not find
December 2022.
Son of B. Oh, well, there you go. Okay. Well, fine. Cool.
That's Santa Claus for it.
Yeah, I guess so. You know what? I might do that. Anyways, yeah, and this is likely to not be a Game Pass game. Neither one of these, so I'm gonna end up buying it. I gotta buy it digital because I have an S, and so then I'm stuck with it. So I got to do the gamble thing, and that's never any fun. So we'll see. I'm buying one of these games. That's why I put up 2 fingers. I'm buying one. Let me see if I can do hard math. I'm buying one of these 2 games. I did it. There you go, people. So yeah, that's all I got to say about that. There was a Nacon event. I forgot to look this up. I have no idea what the heck this event is. Do you know?
No, neither do I. I quickly looked at IGN's release trailers the other day while I was at work, and I was like, what on earth are these games? And the RoboCop one, I don't ever foresee them being able to ever make a very good RoboCop game. So I've got no high hopes for this.
I mean, not having high hopes is fine, but why do you think they could never make a good RoboCop game?
Because it'll just end up being on too much on rails for me.
Think?
Yeah, and it'll all have this really weird. You have to do this and upgrade that, and it's kind of like there's a lot they can mess up with this. So there's a lot they could get right, and I could be completely wrong at eating my own words.
Oh, sorry, go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
From the gameplay footage that I saw very briefly, I was like, this no. As a guy that I absolutely loved the original RoboCop film as a kid. I can remember being scared absolutely shitless of the second one. I can't envision this being any good, which isn't a knock to them. It just probably isn't going to tickle me. Where the Terminator open world one, if they get that right, that will be amazing. The fact that you have to kind of scurry around and not get caught out by flying Terminators, walking Terminators. And if they could plant the T1000 style stuff where it can mimic people and try and catch you out. That'd be even better. So,
Okay, so Nacon is a developer and maybe publisher both. I'm not sure of games. They've done a whole bunch of stuff. They do the rugby games. Um, they do I don't know, all kinds of. I mean, none of them are like sticking at Chaos Bane, the Warhammer game. That's one they did. Rogue Lords, Rogue Book, Tennis World Tour 2. Like they do all kinds of games. They're a big Bee Simulator and the Fisherman Fishing Planet. Hunting Simulator 2. I don't know. Man, I'm trying. None of them. So they do a bunch of stuff. I didn't realize they were a developer, to be honest. So they had a Nacon event. Yes, and so they had a RoboCop game. I'm not going to sit here and say I am over the moon for a RoboCop game. But if they can even bring a decent RoboCop game, I'll give it to them. I'll wait and see what they can give. And so I'm sorry, I was looking up. Did you say you were interested in the Terminator game?
yeah, yes. If there's an element of stealth and gathering supplies, a bit kind of like I can imagine it having like a Fallout kind of feel. If they can have that kind of feel to it, and yeah, I'd be so up for that.
Yeah, this is an open world survival game coming a bazillion freaking years away. Is basically the best way to put this. No, I mean they gave a no. They said it was far down the road.
Yeah, I don't know how much of the Terminator lore that you know about, but it's after Judgment Day, which is when like they kind of nuclear blast the entire world, and before the rise of John Connor's Resistance Army, which is like Salvation. So it's after what could happen at the end of Terminator 2 and before Terminator Salvation.
See, look, I got to put Terminator movies back on my list. I don't know. I surely saw Terminator, but it's been probably a bazillion years ago. And I probably saw Terminator. So there's 3 movies? Is that what you're telling me?
I think there's 5.
Holy crap. Listen, yeah. I'm about to finish phase 1 of Marvels, okay? I mean, listen, I got
stick with that.
I got a lot to do here. 5. Holy crap. Okay.
Yeah. You've got, obviously, there's Terminator 1, there's the Terminator, which is the one that Arnold became famous for. Then there's 3, and then there's Salvation, and then I think there's 2 others.
Do they get progressively better or worse? Or is it a roller coaster ride?
It's a roller coaster ride, but nice. The last one that they do, where they bring Arnold back into it, and they revisit, they kind of like a time traveling aspect to it, is really good.
Oh, okay.
So I enjoyed that.
That's not what I was expecting you to say. I'll take it.
I'm a big Arnold Schwarzenegger fan, so anything with him in it, I like.
Well then you like California, because he's in it. He ran it for a little bit. Ninja Lunchbox
it's a good time to turn it up.
Yeah, Ninja Lunchbox says he is hyped for the RoboCop game. So I'm hyped to see what they can do with the RoboCop game. I'll see.
It's just the footage I saw of the targeting system. They didn't really explain anything. They just kind of showed it. It was like,
yeah.
But then if they have like Robert Murphy's kind of voice, dead or alive, you're coming with me. They could do that.
Yeah, I think it.
And they need the guy. I'll buy that for $1.
I think it could be cool, but like all games, they could really f it up, and it could be par to subpar. There was a game. Now I don't know. We never have a reason to really talk about Robin Hood, but I love me some Robin Hood. I'm just gonna say that right now. When like was it Kevin Costner that played in like the serious Robin Hood, I believe. When that Robin Hood came out, no joke, I bought a bow and started to like shoot arrows into targets because I thought it was the coolest freaking thing ever. Like no joke. So we've had Patrick Bajan, we've had Sean Connery, then we had the Disney animated one, which that one's fun. I like that one.
Yeah, I won't whistle the song because everybody will hate me. Then we had the Errol Flynn and Olivia de Havilland one.
Yeah. Maybe it
Then
was Sean
Kevin.
Connery?
Then there's a Kevin Costner one.
Okay, I think
which
that's
was
the one I watched.
1991.
Yeah, sounds about right.
And then,
that sounds about right.
Then the Russell Crowe.
Maybe I saw it later because I would have only been 9 years old. I don't think my mother would have let me buy a bow at 9 because it was a legit
Russell
bow.
Russell Crowe was 2010.
No, it wasn't 2010. I wasn't that old. It was the Kevin Costner one. Maybe I saw it a little bit later or something after it came out. I don't know. But anyways, I know I saw that
one. And then there's Robin Hood, Men in Tights.
Yes!
You can never find this. We're men in tights.
No. My line in that thing will always be, what is it? No dingy before the ringy or whatever she said. I love that one. Anyways, why are we talking about Men in Tights? Or why are we talking about Robin Hood? We're talking about Robin Hood because Nacon is coming out with a Gangs of Sherwood dystopian game inspired by Robin Hood. Man, these are 3 games, Sean. Now, I don't even really know much about this developer at all. But all 3 of these games, if they nail them, like, that would be amazing. Like,
yeah,
I'm excited for all these, but I'm not gonna lie. A dystopian Gangs of Sherwood where you can be like one of the Sherwood gang members, sign me up. Like, that's probably the one I am most excited for. I'm like,
that's gonna be the closest you're gonna get to Fable.
It might be true. That might actually be a legit thing. What is it? What was the article you sent me? It's coming out before Elder Scrolls 6.
Yeah.
I was like, well, yeah, it better come out before Elder Scrolls. Everything's coming out before Elder Scrolls 6. That's freaking ridiculous. I'll be 50
Elder Scrolls 7 will be out before
6.
Elder Scrolls 6.
I know. I mean, I don't know.
Just for anyone that's listening, whenever I see any Fable news, I always send it to Nick. I'm like,
it's always
hey, look,
shit news,
have
too.
something.
Like, it's never good news. It's always like, hey, by the way, they just hired a new narrative director. Maybe they're going to start over again. And I'm like, oh, great. Well, there you go. Fable. I remember that. I used to like it. So those are our top stories. News bulletin, real quick. Sam Barlow's Immortality was supposed to come out July 26th. No dice. Coming out August 30th. So not that much of a delay. Not that delays really matter anymore. Halo Infinite campaign supposed to start this week. I haven't heard any news about it starting. So, there's that. Xbox will be at Gamescom. This isn't a shocker, but they have not clarified, but they have verified that they will be there in August. So, maybe we'll get something good from Gamescom from there. The acquisition watch is quiet on that front. No news for the last few months, actually. Last couple months, I'll say, something like that. Any other news, man, before we move on?
No, I just want to remind everybody we've still got the Achievement Hunters contest going on. You've got we're like halfway through the month for that now. So
yeah, Fall Guys.
Yep, we've had a couple of submissions, which is quite nice. I think we've had one on Twitter, we've had one in Discord. Keep scanning the emails. We haven't had any via email, so just got to remember, keep playing the game. Every 5 gamer score that you get from the achievements is an entry into the competition. And the event that's just happened with the Sweet Thieves, that has been a great little set for you to be able to get the 5 wins in a row, which is a really big struggle. So,
did you get it?
No, because I didn't play enough. I played a little bit. So we'll talk about that.
Could only get 3 wins. I kept getting to 3, and then I'd lose because I'd get into a stupid team that didn't know how to guard or didn't know how to be thieves or whatever. Stupid people. Anyways,
and then the other competition we've got running, which is going to be a long-standing one, is the co-op campaigns. So you can either subscribe on Twitter, follow us on Twitch, or leave a review on Apple Podcasts. And we've got totals that we're aiming for on those. I will get a current record of that sorted and tweet that out as soon as I've got all the totals totaled up. And once we hit one of the targets of any of the 3, we're going to pick somebody at random who's helped get to achieve that target, and you can win yourself some pretty awesome Xbox cash. So
yeah, $50. $50, people. All you got to do is follow us on Twitch. And if we hit that goal, we'll give a $50 card. Subscribe to us on YouTube. If we hit 100 YouTube subscribes, we'll give another $50. And then another one, which is really cool. Oh, reviews. And if we get to 50 reviews for podcasts, either Apple Podcasts or that other one that I don't remember because I'm old and I'm senile, then we'll give another $50. $150 is what we're offering out here. So do those things. Be cool. Help us out. We'll help you out.
Do all three, and you could win 150.
You could win $150. Anyways. Yeah, all those things are possible. I don't know what just happened. All those things are possible, but we're going to move on to the Xbox Spotlight. Okay, I'm going to go first, and here's why. Because I've only played 2 games, and you've played them too, and we can chat about them, and then you can take over with all the other games that you've played. First game for me... one that I am absolutely in love with. I am playing Fall Guys on the daily, getting all the daily challenges, doing all the things, having a ton of fun with it. Absolutely loving it. Me and my son still playing it. I don't play it long. Like, I play to get the daily challenges. It might be 30 minutes or something like that. Knock those out, and I'm on to something else. Usually work related, unfortunately. So yeah, that's kind of, I've been playing it on Switch. If you are interested in our challenge and you're playing on the Switch, you can hop over, you can connect your account to Epic, your Xbox account, and all those achievements will filter over to achievement scores so that you can get those on Xbox and you can take a picture and send it to us.
Or if you don't have an Xbox, you can ask somebody that isn't playing it on Xbox, and they might really kindly do it for you as long as we get that screenshot.
Yeah. Or you could just go out and buy an Xbox. That's the best solution, but also not the cheapest. So I appreciate that.
It's not very cost worthy to do.
Yeah, come on. If you do this, people, we'll give you like $15. Come on. Think of the trade. You're only like, depending on which one you get, you're only like $300 to $400 and some odd dollars on the whole. I mean, you should obviously do this. It's a great economic. No. The next one I've been playing is Far Cry, and I'm not gonna lie, I have only put like an hour into Far Cry, so for me to give it any type of real, my real thoughts on it would be ridiculous. I want to put more time into this game. My only story about this game, and then I'll let Sean take it because he's the one that's played most of it. I had an hour. I started it up, and a phone call came through for work that I had to take, so I put it on mute. So I was reading subtitles while I was trying to listen to this phone call for work, which was working out okay. Then you get to a point to where you have to take the cult leader and you've arrested him. You have to walk him outside. It's like literally in a tutorial. I'm not spoiling anything here. Like the first 5 minutes of the game, and that's when the work call got a little too like intense, and I had to pay attention to that and not pay attention to what was going on in the game. So my guy sat there having arrested the cult leader for like 5 minutes or so. And if you do that, which I think I should have gotten an achievement for this, if you sit there and don't do anything for 5 minutes, his people who are like, okay, go ahead and arrest him, they're standing back, they're not doing anything with their guns, they'll hit you with their guns and you die and you have to do it all over again. So there you go. That's probably something that not many people who have played Far Cry 5 know about. That's
the developer's way of saying stop wasting our goddamn time and play the game.
That's exactly right. Get off your stupid phone and stop doing work crap and do my crap instead. But other than that, Sean, take it away, man. I'm still on my little tutorial island. The fog's still down. I can't move. So what are you thinking of this game?
I'm really enjoying it. I think I got asked the other week to try and rate like the Far Cry games. And this one is really like, it's quite high. It's like Primal was my favorite, and then it was 3, then 4. I put this one like on par with Primal. I enjoy the crafting side of it. The perks that you have to unlock are difficult enough to collect, but like just hard enough that and enjoyable enough. There's challenges. There's like you might not have seen them, but you get like when you're walking around, there'll be NPCs that have got like an exclamation mark above the head, and then the logo that's around the exclamation mark kind of hints to they'll give you a clue as to like an important person that you need to speak to, or if it's a diamond that like you speak to them and they give you some kind of rumor. Oh, I've heard about this like really cool stash somewhere over here, and I hope that the Peggies, which is what like the main bad guys, I hope the Peggies don't get to it first. And then like it pins that diamond to your map. In each of these little diamond spots and in like stash spots, you find free perk points each time. So like they are worth if you see somebody with an exclamation mark and a diamond, like doesn't matter what you're doing, stop, talk to them, and then get that and chase them up. Because I soon started to find that only having 2 weapons to swap between, especially when you start getting like deeper into taking out bigger outposts and the enemies get a little bit harder after a while. I needed the ammo and I needed the different styles of guns. So
gotcha.
So I tend to roam around now with a silenced pistol, a silenced assault rifle, either a sniper or a bow and arrow, and then I have one ridiculously loud Rambo style gun. And that varies depending on like if I've run out of ammo. So it'll either be a rocket launcher, a bazooka, or a big LMG style mount, like what should be mounted machine gun that you can carry around. Nice. But yeah, I really like it. I've finished when you open the map and I think you come off the tutorial island, it splits up and gives you a wider map, and that map is huge. And there's like if you want to, it goes north, west, northeast, southeast, southwest, rather than north, south, and east and west. Kind of splits them into quadrants. I finished the southwest quadrant. I've killed John Steed. So.
Oh yeah, that's right. So each quadrant is one of his family members, basically.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
So and I've now been to the area of the sister, who that's starting to get annoying because she uses the bliss quite heavily. And
I have no. What is that?
That's like there's like what looks like white lilies all over the map that you end up going. You can walk through and you start getting high basically, and the screen starts to fuzz a little bit, and like you start seeing twinkly stars. She uses that a lot, and like I'll be sneaking through bushes to try and take out an outpost or take somebody out, and then all of a sudden you just hear this roar of a bear, and you spin round, and there is a bear there, but it's got like a little bit of twinkly dust around it, and stuff like that just keeps happening, and it's quite off-putting.
It's not real. Like the bear's not real.
It's not real. It's like a figment of your imagination. But then if you shoot it, it'll turn into another animal. It's like if you shoot one of the bears, it sometimes turns into like a wolverine, and like they're a pain in the ass because they're so small and fast. You end up getting distracted by the wolverine, and then whoever you were trying to sneak up on is obviously alerted to your presence because they can hear this wolverine screeching.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, that's making it a bit difficult.
Yeah, I do agree. I've only taken out one, but it was a fun little puzzle of like I walked up to this boathouse and it was locked.
Yeah.
And I had to pump out the stuff, so I had to figure out how to get under the boathouse so I could get in there and pump it out. So I don't know if they continue to do puzzles like that. I think that's fun, and that's
every one of those secret stashes is like that.
Cool. Yeah,
it's
I think
that's puzzle where
neat.
Sometimes you might have to turn the power on, or you might like it'll let you turn the power on really easy, and then you've kind of got to do a bit of parkour and platform, like 3D platforming to get to where you need to be to get through the door and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool, enjoyable. I've had a good time with it. So
I like it. So Fall Guys, Far Cry. That's me. So what else you got, man? It's all you now.
I've gone back to Skate 3 a little bit just because for whatever
really?
time I have had to game, I like to just take my brain out. And there's been a lot of chatter, and EA have kind of released a few behind the scenes. This is what we're kind of doing with Skate 4. I'm super excited for that. Like they've shown, like you've been able to like completely drop the board and come away and interact with the environment around you. So like you can climb, like swing on monkey bars, you can run across walls, and like it opens the world up
Cool.
to like get into higher and different places, and the different trick styles and stuff that they've brought in. I'm just super hyped for it. So,
Yes.
and if they can master making Skate 4, but with all the bits and pieces that you can do in Session Simulator kind of game, yeah, I'd be super hyped. So I've been playing that a little bit. My youngest daughter's been playing it as well. She enjoys playing skate games. I fired up Garden Story. I tried to play a little bit of this on Tuesday night, and I think I sat there with it on the screen for 5 minutes listening to the music while I did something else that and I'm kind of still getting through the tutorial for that. It's a fun little game. It uses the inventory more than I thought it would do. So you're in and out of the inventory quite a bit, equipping different things. So that's about as much as I can say about that right now. But it looks like it's. If you enjoy, trying to think of another game. If you enjoy Zelda, if you enjoy the old Zelda games where you could only have like 2 or 3 things equipped at a time, and you constantly have to be swapping them in and out, you're gonna enjoy this. And then the other game, which I've still got sat in front of me at the moment, telling me that my controller's disconnected, is Escape Academy. I played the intro escape room because like that only became available like late this afternoon over here. And it's fun. It's good. It's made me grab the old pen and paper out to take notes.
That's exciting.
Because it's kind of like it's like doing an actual escape room. You're in a first person view. Graphically, it's not the sharpest. Everything's like shell shaded style 3D stuff. And you've got to kind of interact with everything, and it gives you very subtle hints, which is why like I started writing everything down. Like anything strange that I've noticed in the room, I wrote it down. And it all becomes apparent at some point during the puzzles to escape. But yeah, I played like the first bit. I've just got to the actual academy where you got to speak to the headmistress, and that starts another puzzle or another escape room. So I've kind of got it set there, paused, ready to go after we finished on here. And Nick's squeaking.
They are apparently decided to water the garden outside, so that is the faucet turning on and off outside, which is like right outside this wall, not very far from where I am. So my bad.
And that's all I've been playing. I haven't played much Fall Guys. You've played a hell of a lot more than I have. I'd be interested to find out how far you are for the season pass.
65. Level 65.
Wow.
Yeah, I do every daily task. I've gotten every week. I've finished all the weekly tasks. Yeah, I'm man, I can't tell you how much I'm addicted to that game. It's just fun. It's just like, oh, I lost, who cares? Like let's do it again. And all I do is try to hit those daily and weekly tasks, and I move on, and I'm loving it. This is my new Knockout City. That's what this is. Like I got real addicted to Knockout City for like probably 5 or 6 months. I've already got enough money from my battle pass that I can buy the next battle pass, or season pass, good. Or whatever they call it. So I didn't spend that on the stupid Halo stuff. I didn't buy any Halo crap. I was like, nope, not doing that. So my main goal was to not have to pay for my battle pass again, and I'm there. So yeah, I'll keep doing it.
Emily played quite a bit of it on Saturday. She got 8 wins in one day.
Screw her. I mean, I'm sure she's a wonderful lady, but no, I mean, I just can't. I cannot make that happen. Like, I wish I could get more wins.
Ninja Lunchbox asked earlier while you were talking about Fall Guys, or while we were talking about the achievement hunters, anybody got the infallible achievement? My 10-year-old daughter has it. I don't.
I don't think I ever will. I mean, I don't. If I couldn't get it with Sweet Thieves, that really kind of that hurts the chances, because that one was the easy win. easy way to get it, and I just kept falling short on that fourth win. Couldn't even get to 5.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I believe they're doing a Nakara Blade Point crossover event this week or next week.
So something just opened up. I haven't had time to play today yet. But my son came to me because he was like, "Dad, I don't understand this," and I was like, "Oh, it's a new special event." And he's like, "I don't understand what I got to do here," and I was like, "Well, sorry, buddy, I don't really have time to like dive in and try to figure it out with you at the moment." So yeah, but there is something new that's going on for sure. I just don't know what it is.
I know.
Got to check it out.
I know in Nakara they're bringing like a Fall Guys-esque style thing to it, where there's giant swinging pendulums that can knock you out of the arena.
I feel like that's every Fall Guys thing.
Yeah, but I don't actually know what they're doing in Fall Guys to bring Nakara Blade Point in, unless it's just skins and stuff like that you can unlock.
So they're bringing in some of the Fall Guys stuff to Blade Point. Sorry, I didn't understand. Okay. You were like,
and vice versa.
Okay.
So
all right. Yeah, I'd be excited to see what the other is, what Blade Point into Fall Guys is. Speaking of, real quick, it's kind of a squirrel moment, but have you seen the Kirby game that everybody says looks like Fall Guys? Have you seen that?
Yeah, I don't think it looks anything like Fall Guys. It's more like Marble. It's like Marble Madness meets Kirby.
Thank you. I don't either. I'm like, you people don't understand what Fall Guys is, apparently. I mean, yeah. I get it. There's a guy that's running, and he might fall off this dessert thing. But I'm like, from what I saw in the trailer, it's a 4-person thing. I'm like, The whole thing about Fall Guys is that there's like a bazillion of these people. And thank you. I think it's more of a Mario Party, to be honest to me. I think it's more of a Mario Party without the board. But I mean, I did say I can see it. So it's like a Mario Party Fall Guys crossover. But anyways.
Yeah, I can't. If you were running and jumping and climbing obstacles, yes, but you are literally just rolling in an environment.
Yeah, I mean, I'm interested. It would definitely be one I bought physical. But yeah, we'll see. Anyways, I was just interested in your take. So.
Nope. And I haven't touched. Have I touched my Switch? No, I haven't touched it. It's actually moved round to the back of the TV. I haven't touched it in that long.
Dun, dun, dun.
I've been playing too much Far Cry. Like, I think I'm going to get back. Maybe 12 hours into Far Cry.
I'm going to get back to it, but not probably until Monday. It's just so bad this week. Just sucks so much. I'm going to get there when I retire. And I'll play some more Far Cry 8. Anyways, okay. Any other games?
No, that's it. That's all I played. I was hoping to. I fired up Resident Evil Village. I was hoping to get a bit more into that as well over the weekend, but I got too busy playing a bit of Fall Guys with Emily and too much Far Cry, so I didn't get to do that.
Gotcha. Well, that then wraps up our spotlight. We have a little bit of party chat, so let's start chatting.
Yeah, our party chats. It's an interesting one. I think he's trying to poke at Game Pass.
What?
For the selection of games that are coming out soon between Game Pass and PlayStation Plus. So,
and what is this question, Mr. Sean?
His
I'll
first,
set him straight.
It's a two-part question. So, part A of the question is Stray on PS Plus a Game Pass killer?
A game. No, never mind. I'm not going to say that. It was just another name for cat, is all I was going to say. Yeah, definitely, man. Game
what
Pass
he's saying,
done.
What he's trying to say here, John, is you can keep.
They already put the sign on the door. Feels like closed for good. See you later. Yeah. It's all over.
You can keep your feline.
That's right. Yeah. It's a pussy plus game. I said it. I couldn't help it.
Starts with P and rhymes with pussy.
You whatever with your stupid PS Plus and your look at me and my games and We did we did that ages ago. Ages. That's what I think about you,
No,
John.
Stray looks like a really good game. And if I could get it for free, I'd love to get it for free. I think it's one that I might get.
See, just talking about it makes you yawn. It's a really great game. I'm gonna go to bed now since I'm just talking about some cat with a backpack.
It's probably a game that I'd get digitally on the Switch, if it was on a good if it was a good price.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, sure, it looks interesting. I'll go play As Dusk Falls while you're walking your cat around with its backpack. Have fun,
while you're playing with your pussy.
He said it, not me. Dang it. Anyways, yeah, thanks for that, John. There's your Dad's After Dark answer.
There's the second and more serious part of the question is, why are there so many dang Assassin's Creed games on Game Pass? Assassin's Creed Digital. Oh my God. Why are there so many dang Assassin's Creed games on the digital services right now? What does it mean?
That's a great question. Because not only that, Fall Guys just got done with an Assassin's Creed. I mean, that's what Sweet Thieves really was an Assassin's Creed shindig. And so we got I don't remember which one anymore. I was gonna play it and then I didn't because Fall Guys.
You got the Egyptian one, wasn't it?
That sounds
Origins.
about right. Yeah, and there's like 2 coming to PS Plus. Not Assassin's Creed 2, but there's like 2 games coming to Assassin's Creed or coming to PS Plus.
I think they have all it means for me, all it means is they're trying to get everybody teased into buying into the game. So look, play the older ones for free, enjoy them, and then when we drop the next one, you'll want that one because you've played others.
Yeah, maybe. I'd be interested to see if people play an Assassin's Creed game and then say, dang, I'm going to go out and buy another one. But maybe enough people do. I think what you really got, yeah, that was really a backward slap in the, maybe, no, it was just a slap in the face. I think maybe what you got here is just Ubisoft has built a brand out of Assassin's Creed. There's a good following for Assassin's Creed, and you have 2 platforms now that want to fill their subscription platforms with games that people know and recognize. And Assassin's Creed fits that bill, and they can probably, get a sweet check from these people just for saying, yeah, sure, we'll give you this. It's basically a transaction. The work's already done. I doubt they really got much to do there. And and Ubisoft's just making money. I mean, I think it's just a money grab. That's what I think.
I mean, they are desperate at the moment. So,
Ubisoft?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they were trying to sell themselves off, weren't they? As a can we join one of your subscription services? A bit like they had it with Xbox for a while, didn't they? Where you could play for free.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the state of their financial situation. I know, there were some rumors that they were trying to get to a place where they could be acquired. But then also people love to just talk about or not as much anymore. But there was a hot second where talking about acquisitions on Twitter was like all the rage. So we'll just have to see where that goes. I don't know. I don't know about their financial situation, but they're definitely just trying to make money, and they can, and why not? Will they drown the market with too many Assassin's Creed games? Maybe. Maybe if you got yeah.
If there's more than 2 out there, yes.
Yeah. So the next game is rumored to be Assassin's Creed Aztec. They're going to Aztec Times, Aztec location. I don't know what you want to say. Whatever. Stop. But
it's like Mexico, isn't it? Mexico's Aztec.
Yeah. It's like old time Central. Man, somebody's gonna be like, "Wow, Nick has no idea," which I don't. So you're welcome. I think it is Central in there. Maybe Southern. I don't know. I quit. So Yeah, we'll see if it hurts them in the long run, I guess is my point. We'll see if that hurts them in the long run because now they're like, well, I can play these two, so why do I want to pay for that one? Assassin's Creed games drop in price in like, I don't know, a month, it seems like.
Yeah,
I mean, all
well,
those
they're
games seem
all
to do that.
same old, just different areas. I mean, I was watching my dad the other day while I was around there. He was playing the Origins one, and I was like, "This looks good. It looks good. It looks like it plays well." There's a couple of different things that I've never seen before in an Assassin's Creed game, but you're basically doing the same thing over and over again.
Yeah, yeah, and I mean that was what the difficulty was with Valhalla, or people always talked about was like, well, after a while it got repetitive and it wasn't very fun anymore. They're making them longer. They're bringing out more and more DLC. Yeah, I don't know, but I think that's the basic thing is there's money to be had, and Ubisoft wants it, and why not? Especially when they don't even have to really do anything for it. Do you think before we move on, do you think these platforms are coming to Ubisoft for Skull and Bones? Because I think they are. I think
Yeah,
Microsoft
I
and
think so. I
Sony
think
are there with a check to say, yes, please.
yeah, I think that's definitely happening at the moment. I think that's why we aren't seeing any logos attached other than just that the main console, like what they're coming to for sale.
Yeah. Yeah, this is where the subscription based plan now being two big dogs in the market is great for these developers and publishers. They get to, the game like this, Phil says, "Hey, I wouldn't mind this, we'd love to have it on Game Pass. What do you think?" And whoever's over there at Sony that I don't know his name is doing the same thing.
Yep. And
So
I think if that kind of thing happens, it's going to be the cork in the bottle for other developers to go and do the same and
yeah.
turn around and say, look, we've got this awesome game coming out. We've built with like what Skull and Bones have done. We've built a hype and a following with doing our own publishing of videos and stuff on YouTube, streams, and us talking about it. We've done all that. We've done all the groundwork. All you need to do is just put that little bit of cream on top of it all and give us that bit of extra cash, and you can have it on your streaming service.
Yep.
Day
Yeah.
one.
I think that's I think those things are it's a real big deal right now. And it'll be interesting to see how it affects the subscription based service, the platform itself, how that works, and also how it affects the price for those of us who are buying it. I mean, just to, is it, will it raise the price? Will it not? It'll be real interesting to see. But either way, I hope Skull and Bones comes to Game Pass. That'd be really helpful for me. Or Hogwarts Legacy. It's the same thing. Those big games that people know, like that people want. And really, I don't know if Skull and Bones is a game of service. There's certainly going to be some DLC that gets a little murky. Like Valhalla is not a game of service, but it certainly has drawn out DLC, right? I mean, like for years, for a couple of years, I think. So if Skull and Bones has that same thing, does it behoove them to give it to Microsoft for 6 months? Or something like that. So maybe I get into it, and then 6 months in, they drop DLC. And then if I want the DLC, I have to go out and buy the game so I can play the DLC. It's not going to draw me in. I personally don't care about DLC most of the time. I can tell you that because the game that I played 2,000 hours of, I got tired of it. And when the DLC dropped, even though it was everything I ever wanted, I'm talking about Animal Crossing here for those of you who don't know, even though it was everything I ever wanted, I still never went back to it. I was done with the game. When I'm done with the game, it doesn't matter what you do for it. I'm done with it. And but that's just me personally. That might not be the market. So I don't know. It's interesting, and I don't think anybody knows the answers. There's a bunch of market and PR people out there that are trying to figure out what's the best way to roll these things out, and we're still figuring that out. What's the best way for them? to be real clear, not for us. What's the best way for them? So, yeah.
I could see Microsoft wanting to get it because that's another pirate style game in their roster to go with Sea of Thieves.
And well, wait, do they want that or not though? then? I mean, that's a great point, Sean. Does that make them want it or not want it? Because they have Sea of Thieves, which is a game of service, basically.
Yeah, I think they will do because it's a grittier version of Sea of Thieves. So you're going to get the people that enjoy playing Sea of Thieves try it, and you're going to get people that have wanted to play Sea of Thieves or maybe dipped in and gone, this is okay, but it's too arcadey for me. I'll come back. Then see that we've now got a game of a service. I think it will be a game of service because if you can have a multiplayer kind of thing where you can all get together and craft resource and stuff like that, Skullbones is going to be good for that. I can see them being drawn in by, okay, this is a bit more realistic. It's a bit more gritty. There's more to it. There's a survival aspect rather than just the arcade aspect.
Yeah, and it might be, I don't know though, because I believe it's a $70 game, as I recall reading. It's Ubisoft. I want to say this carefully. I believe it's Ubisoft's first next gen game, only next gen game. So let me clarify that. Like you won't be able to get it on PS4 or Xbox One. And they've bumped the price to $70. I guess why not $70 and then a game and then like a season pass or something like that for DLC down the line. Yeah, I mean you could still do that. Certainly, it's certainly an old school model that I don't know how many people still use, but you could do it for sure.
I hate that model. I hate it. Like if I'm buying a game for 70, like I want that game and everything that's going to come with it. Because if you're later on down the line saying, "Hey, look, we spent the last 6 months making more additional content for this game," it's like, why don't you just wait 6 months and actually sell me the game complete at 70, rather than make me pay 70 for a game which you're still working on, and then 6 months down the line want me to pay $24.99 for a season pass for you to continue to make the same game.
It depends on what
It's stopped it. No, for me, it stopped us getting games like such and such 1, such and such 2, such and such 3.
Mm-hmm.
It's we make one game and then go and sell you additional content for a third of the price.
Yeah. It depends on what the content is. I mean, if we're just talking skins for our boats and I'm paying $15-$20 for it, then yeah, I'm kind of like, well, not so much. Thanks, but no thanks. But if it's a meatier version of DLC, then I might be okay. I mean, heck, we just got DLC for Cuphead, which doesn't make any sense, which seems like Cuphead 2 would have been fine. I mean, it's your own way. I think some of that, I really do believe some of that is to get around the multiple platforms, right? So
yeah.
If
the interesting thing for me with Cuphead is I think obviously it's called Delicious Last Course. I think it's a play on words for DLC.
It definitely is. But
no, I think that this is them taking the piss out of DLC. We'll make a shortened second game, and call it Delicious Last Course to tie people over while we do something else. I think there's the developers and the game style has that feel to it. So
see, I think what it is MDHR knew that if they released this, let's say they bundled this all up and made it a pretty Cuphead 2. I don't think it would have been on the Switch. And I don't think they wanted to do that. I don't think they wanted to tie themselves to just being on Xbox or something like that. So instead, they did DLC, which then goes out just like the game would go, just, as part of the game, and people buy it and it can be bought on the Switch and all over. And that makes that's better for them. For the 100+ million people that could buy it now on the Switch. So I mean, yeah, and then plus they're probably selling more Cuphead, more of the initial game too, for people who didn't buy it.
Yeah, I get salty about additional content. Like if I see a game as it's being released, say like Forza Horizon was one of them. Like you could buy 3 different games, and then like one of them was you just had the game. The second one was you had the game and this car pass and this car pass, and access to phase 1 of additional content, and then you bought the third version, which like was all access. I hate that. It's like you either finish making the game and sell it, or you finish the first bit of the game that you're sell and sell that as a complete, and then anything extra that you wanted to add to it, make it a second game. Just make different games. Don't make one game and then like try and sell it to me as something different. I don't like it. I want to pay the price for one game, and if you want to put more stuff into that, I've already bought into that game. You give me that stuff. I don't like additional content.
So,
the only thing I liked about
we need to make this a topic for next week, I think. But go ahead, finish what you're saying.
Yeah, the only thing I liked about the Animal Crossing DLC was that it formed part of my expansion pass.
Yeah. I mean, that was the thing for to tide over Animal Crossing fans, but more than anything to help sell the expansion pass, since I don't even know how many million people anymore got that. So for sure. But I think we need to have a bigger conversation about DLC and how it rolls out and what you think of it and how I think of it. Because I'm actually okay with that. I can think of like the Legend of Breath of the Wild with like the motorcycle, and you got to pay for that. Master Trials. I'd be interested to have a bigger conversation, but probably not right now, since we have squirreled our way like 7 backyards over from where we actually were supposed to be.
Yeah. It's because we started talking about Assassin's Creed and why so many different games.
I don't know how we got here. I'm not even gonna lie. I'd have to look back at the tape. You tell me. Well, I think that's everything for podcast.
Yep. And thank you very much for sitting with us. I enjoy doing the Game Pass News Showcase, because I like to look for games and kind of see which ones we are and aren't going to be very keen on. So if you want to follow us on any of the social media pages, just at Game Pass News, that's Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch, you'll find us there. If you want to buy any sweet merchandise, like Nick has his hoodie on this evening, and he's got a clock in the background, head over to redbubble.com. You can find us if you look for Game Pass News, but we also fall into the Nintendo Dad shop a little bit. If you want to chat with us in Discord, head over to patreon.com/Nintendo Dads. Subscribe there. Little as $1 a month, you can get into the Discord, or subscribe to our Twitch channel, and we'll get you access there. Thank you very much for Ninja Lunchbox and for Simple Monk jumping in the live chat. And until next time, guys, we shall see you later.
See you later.